Hello everyone. How are you doing? Let me trust you're doing good. Here with me, I have a laptop. This is HP Envy X360 2-in-1 13. The problem with this laptop is that it is not powering on. That is what the customer said. As always, when you try to switch the power pattern, you can see there's nothing happening. Yeah, okay. You can see there's a LED there responding. Yes, can you see here? Now that tells me the switch at least is communicating with the motherboard and the keyboard is good. Sometimes you find these laptops which have the switch on the keyboard. When the keyboard is having an issue, the laptop is not even switching on, and you end up working on the motherboard. Yet the problem is just the keyboard. So you need to know how to diagnose and how to find the exact issue, whether it is the keyboard, whether it is the motherboard, so that it will be easier for you to fix that machine. Yes, as you can see, this one actually is not powering on because I can see it went off or the battery is not having any power. So let's plug in the charger. So having type C, plugged into type C, and there's nothing, it's not even charging. Okay. Now let us open the back lid and then check for ourselves what actually is going on. As I told you, this is HP Envy. It in fact is written here at the back lid. Normally, the model of the laptop is written at the back cover. And as you can see, it is written here. I don't know whether you can read it. This is HP Envy X360 2-in-1 laptop 13-bf0013dx. Yes, that's the model for this laptop. This laptop doesn't have the screws. Somebody else already removed the screws of the back lid, which is not a good sign to me. I don't like working on the machines which somebody has tried because I can see there are no screws at the back. So it means somebody already opened this laptop before me, and whatever that person does inside, I have no idea. So it's up to me to find out what exactly is wrong with this motherboard or what exactly has been done, then try to rectify in case there's any issue which needs to be rectified, or in case there's any problem, it's up to me now to find out. Yes, actually, I can see this laptop has been repaired before because I can see there are so many heat exposure. Okay, there's this cover for the Ethernet. Okay, just have to be careful about it, not to get lost. Now, let us do the brief physical inspection to find out whether I can see anything physical, anything issue, anything wrong. Somebody broke this fan. I can see there's some heat exposure here with the BIOS. So somebody already programmed the BIOS. And I told you I don't like working on the machine which has been attempted for. I can see the interseal also. It seems to have been some work done here. So this is the interseal of the charging IC. This is the one which supplies power to the main power lane by controlling the power or generating the main power lane through this inductor, and then sending it to the motherboard. Okay, so can we disconnect the battery and see whether there is anything? Okay, maybe you can disconnect the battery and then try to power on without a battery and see whether we're gonna have a different results. Before there was nothing happening, so let us try again. Plug the charger in. There's a LED here. There's an LED light there. I believe you saw it. Okay, so let us switch it on and see whether we have something. When I try to switch it, let us switch it. The switch is on the keyboard. Switch it on. I cannot see it responding. I cannot see it responding. Actually, there's nothing. It's not responding. Let's just plug the battery when it is still connected to power. Okay. Plugged in right now, we can see it is charging. Can you see the orange light? And actually disappeared. I saw a small orange light there and then it disappeared. Okay. Right now, there are some few things I am I am seeing right now there's some few changes. I can see when I plug in the charger, there is an LED light. Can you see the LED there? There's an LED there. Let me just, can you see? There's an LED here. Can you pay attention to this light? The moment I plug in the battery, in fact, it's went off even. Okay, there's the light there. So let us plug in the battery and see whether we can have any different results. When I plug in the battery, let me just put it this way. There's an orange light. Orange light is on. Back to white, and then it went off. Okay. So the things I don't like. Uh, I don't want to keep on playing with the power with this motherboard, because in case we have a problem somewhere, in case we have a component shorted, the more we are playing with the power this way, the more we are causing more damages on that section. So the first thing I would like us to do, let me just disconnect the power, is to test any power supply, whether they are having any shorts or not. Yes, and to do that, make sure your meter is in the continuity mode, to be particular, peeping mode. Then your black probe to the ground. Then use your red probe to check the power lines, especially the input power line, that is the circuit which generates the main power line. Here, I expect not to have any continuity, of which it is good, that is OL, open line. In case I have some roll resistance, or the meter was beeping, it will have mean something is shorting that line to the ground. Apart from that, we also have this line. This one also is another power line, which is OL, which is very good. Here is another one, which is very good. There is an inductor there. I don't know whether you can see it. I know it's a bit far away from you. Let me try to bring it closer to you so that you can at least see whatever I am testing. I put my black probe to the ground, and then my red probes to these inductors. It is inductors, the output of this inductor. Yeah, there's an inductor there. Let me just bring it closer. Yeah, this is the inductor. So I put my black probe to the ground, and then one probe to the output of this inductor, or the input, whichever the side there. And then I also put my black probe to the ground, and then here. These inductors, I don't expect them to be having any continuity to the ground. In case I find them to be having any continuity to the ground, it will mean that line is connected to the ground, and that is very bad, because those lines are not supposed to connect to the ground. Nonetheless, they are shorted to the ground. Nonetheless, they are shorted to the ground. That is what will make that is when you can see that line is shorted to the ground. Okay. Anyway, because I am not getting actually what's going on. Okay, let us remove this motherboard and then try to work on it on the bench. I think it will be easier for us, because at least we can inspect physically what is behind, what is front. We are able to focus exactly what could be having an issue. And like when you work it, when it is still intact to the casings, sometimes you find there is a part which is preventing me from seeing particular corner of the motherboard. So it will be best and nice to work on the motherboard when it is still fully uh, on the bench. So give me 1 to 3 minutes to do the disassembling, and then we check what is exactly going on with this motherboard. I know, of course, we could be having a very big problem, because as you can see, the behavior of this motherboard is doing some 1 2 1 2. You can see it is doing some 1 2 1 2, which is very abnormal behavior. As you can see, when I plug in the battery, the light goes off. When I try to switch it on, the switch is not responding. You see? So let us do the disassembling. In fact, this one can remain there, because we only focus on the motherboard. We need the motherboard alone. We need the motherboard alone. It's the motherboard. Just a minute. Yes, the motherboard is out. What? You can see this film, this protective film. Somebody removed it. Yeah, it has been removed. As I told you, somebody tried to repair this laptop before. which is very bad. Yeah, this film, I can see there's some corrosion here. There's some corrosion here. I know it's a bit reflecting the light, but don't worry. There's some corrosion there, some corrosion there. Inside the motherboard seems to be clean. It's a very tiny motherboard, but a very big one, a very performing one. All right. I can't see anything fishy. I can't see anything fishy. Let us try again to plug in the adapter while we have it on there. And so we said we need to take so let me remove that film. So plug in. And then so that's light. Okay. There's something I want to mention about this LED. This is a very abnormal, and this could be bad news or good news. I don't know. It's going off, and then it come back again. Now, this LED, a normal LED, which should power on, you find that it blinks several times, like 3 times or 4 times. It keep on blinking. Like after 3 times, it will come steady orange, or it will not be there. And then from there, you will feel the CPU getting hot. You feel the CPU getting hot. But for this one, it just come on steady light, steady one, and then it disappears. It comes back again when it is still steady. It's not blinking. As you can see, it's not blinking. And then it is steady and it went off. So that tells you this motherboard is shorted. This is a short. I don't know exactly what is shorted, but this is a short. It could be a shorted chip. With this one, I can feel some small worm here with the CPU. And again, when these lights keep on blinking continuously, sometime again, it will mean the BIOS is having an issue. That is corrupt the BIOS. There's a corrupt BIOS. But you can see this one, just continuous, it goes off. Continuous, it goes off. Now, what next for us? What's left for us now is to keep on testing. We want to test all the inductors because I can see we have another inductor at the back here. So we keep on testing them and then see for ourselves exactly what's going on. Black probe to the ground, and then let us keep testing. I want to test ground against this power line. It's beeping, but it has 49 ohms, which I believe it should be that way because I believe this one is serving the South bridge or another bridge that's serving within the CPU. So it will beep. However, it's have some resistance because that inductor shows the resistance from the CPU. So we repeat again this one, good, this one, good, and then here we have another one. This one is beeping, but below 1.5 ohms, that is very bad. 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, 1.0. 0 point. That is 0 ohms resistance. The moment you saw the resistance is coming below 0 or even 1, that is not a good news. That's not a good news. Let's see this one. 22 ohms. That is the resistance from the CPU. That is very good. However, this one, 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, 1.2, 1.1. Okay, it's just now keep it there, staying there. Okay. Anyway, let us remove the heatsink and then check for ourselves what is below the heatsink. We see the condition of the CPU because I can see it seems like it has so much paste here. Let us open here and then see for ourselves what's actually going on. No. Okay. This CPU is so dirty. So dirty. What is this? Very dirty, yeah? I don't know whether we can clean it or what. Otherwise, not good. This CPU not to be good. So I'm paste here. Lots of that. Okay, let us test this inductor, the inductors there. This one, let me bring it here so that you can see for yourself the reading. This inductor, 15 ohms, very good. 14 ohms, very good. 24 ohms, very good. 200 ohms, very good. Now, here, I want us to revisit this. As you can see, this one, it is peeping, but it has, in fact, you can see it's coming below 0 ohms. Right now, it is at 0 0.7, 0 0.6, that is 0. The moment it just came below 1.5 or 1.0, that means that resistance is 0. Now, there's something else I would like us to check. This inductor, it is written R472221. R472221. If possible, if we can get another inductor of the same ratings, they should have the same resistance because they do serve the same component. As you can see, this one, the resistance from here is just going up where? Into the CPU because you can see the output. The output is connecting to this particular track and then it goes directly to the CPU. So let us try and locate another inductor with the same ratings. What about this one? Even this one have the same R472221. And then the output goes where? I believe the output goes somewhere. It comes this way, disappeared here. And actually, I believe it's also coming towards the CPU. So it means that there's the circuit which supplies some particular voltages to the CPU. Now, as you can see, the other one is having a different resistance. This one, remember as I was mentioning this one, it is peeping with 49 ohms. It's peeping with 49 ohms. The same twin for this one is peeping at 0 ohms. This one at 0 ohms. So meaning whatever connected to this line is the one which is shorted. Now, for us, we would like to know whether the short is coming either from this side or from the other side of this system for this circuit. You know, also it could be this I say is the one which is having the problem. However, if this is the issue, normally this problem of this input step down PD controllers is normally connected to the main power line. So if it was this one, this main power line could have been shorted. But you can see the main power line is not shorted because we need to have the main power line bringing power to this IC. Then this IC step down that voltage to whichever the voltage needed by this inductor and then sent through here and then it is preceded to the CPU. I want us to remove this inductor. We remove this inductor and then find out whether the short is coming from this side, that is the output, or this side, that is the input. If the short is coming from this side, which is the input, it could be the output of this IC is shorted. But most of the time, like over 90%, whenever you have a short with this IC, normally that short normally connects the power to the ground to the main power line. We could have had the main power line getting shorted. But if you have an inductor shorting to the ground, it always means the output is the one which is shorting to the ground. So what you're going to do, you remove this inductor and then find out whether the short is from ahead, that is the CPU, or from back. Because from here, the output of here is exactly the CPU. You see, this inductor, the output here. So this the inductor and then the output goes directly to the CPU. So let us have the inductor out and then we retest again. So to have inductor, We need hot air. We need hot air. I don't know where I put my soldering paste, but we can do it without the paste. Now the inductor is out. Right now we have the inductor out. As you can see, there's a cap between this side and the other side. So that inductor normally connects this point to the other point. Yes. So you like us now to test whether the short is from here or here, which particular side is shorter to the ground. As always, my meter, always make your meter be your best friend, because this is your best friend which cannot lie to you. Whenever you have a problem, your best friend is always there to confirm for you the issue is this point and the issue is that point. Now let us see the input. The input, there is nothing. The input is good. It is not connected to the ground. The output is reading 1.4, which is very bad news. Not even 1.4. That is 1.1 or 0. The moment you saw it's coming below 0, that is 0.9, which is 0. Yes. And guys, as you can see, the output is going directly where? To the CPU. And the CPU should not have 0 from the resistor. And that is exactly how you confirm whether the CPU is shorted or not. There is another motherboard here which I like to use it to show you. I would like to use it to show you. As you can see, this motherboard, this is the motherboard for 13 gen. This is Dell 7440. Yes, with 32 GB RAM. As you can see, this RAM, this is 32 GB. Yes, LBDDR, 32 GB. That is very amazing, powerful, very powerful motherboard. Now, here we have the circuit for the CPU. Starting from here, I believe this is one of them. Should have some readings, and then it should peep with some resistance. This one's not peeping. Then here, can you see this? It's peeping at 26 ohms. Don't know, you can see here, here with 26 ohms. Here is another one, same R15. We said it should have the same resistance. You see this one, R15, R15, R15. All three of them should have same resistance. Yes, that is 26 ohms. You can see this one 26, and then here 26. That is 25.1, which is the same, with a small margin difference. And then finally this one is having 11 ohms, which is not good. And in fact, this one could be the reason why this motherboard is not powering. That 11 ohms is not good. All these resistance of the same values, it means they supply power to the same area. That is why they should have the same resistance. Let us confirm with another motherboard here. Here's another motherboard for, this is a 30G6. A 30G6. I like us to verify the same using the same circuit. So the same circuit is okay. Let me just put it there. It's Magic R15. So let's see the resistance here. 4.8. You can see it's not even coming near to 0. That is 4 point something, which is good. 4.0, good. And then here again, 4.5, good. You can see the same inductors, Magic R15 have same resistance. Here, let us see this one oil. This one also should be oil. And then this one also should be oil, because they are the same. They supply power the same area. R47. This one supplies power to this PCH. 16 ohms. You can see it's not coming near to 0. 16 ohms. Then this one, 5.6 ohms. And you can see all of them sends power to the CPU. So there is no inductor for the CPU which reads 0 ohms. Nonetheless, that inductor is supplying power to the particular component or to area which is already shorted to the ground, like my friend here. So I am so sorry for this friend of mine. Here, there's nothing I can do with this. And in fact, you can see the CPU, somebody tampered with it. I believe it exposed a lot of heat. Whatever the thing which makes this CPU to be so dirty this way. And again, do you remember as I was opening this? It was closed this way. So here, there was what? There's some paste here. So I believe whoever applies thermopaste to this laptop applies a lot of them until it's smeared all over the CPU. These thermopaste can kill the CPU because they are semiconductors. So if you apply a lot of them and then you find them spilling below the chipset, it will cause the shots on the solder boards. And there's nothing you can do. So normally when you are applying the paste into your CPU, apply very small. Oh yeah, on the top of this metallic thing. Yeah. And that will be safe for you. Not everywhere. As you can see it's the heatsink. So this one seems the heatsink, the thermal paste was all over. It was all over here. That's why this thing is so dirty because of that. Because of that. Or we can try to clean it. Maybe we could save this. No, I don't want to dry that because uh, after all, the CP is gone and there's nothing we can do. Even if I tried to apply some, let's say I tried to heat up a little bit, we clean it up a little bit, and then sometimes our customers they do want the machine exactly the way they brought it in. They don't understand. Sometimes we worked on a laptop and then it went off completely. And then you find a client complaining, no. I brought you a laptop which has some lights. Yeah, there was a light LED somewhere. Oh, there was the fan was spinning. I want it back the way it was. I was using it the way it was. Now you keep wondering, how was he using it? And then it was the only fan spinning. Or the customer was just listening to the fan spinning. Or watching the LED on the keyboard. So sometimes I wonder, the clients also, even though you're trying to help them, you're trying to save the salvage their laptops, they also need to be understandable. Yes, I know there's some other scenarios whereby the customer is not supposed to be understandable. Maybe the customer brought you a charging or a working laptop. Maybe there's a very small issue. Let's say the issue to do with charging was working as a desktop only, and then you end up killing the laptop totally, and then you find out that the laptop is not even powering on. That's now your responsibility. That's when you should take your responsibility. But sometimes the customer brought you a laptop which is not powering on. You will just see LED or fan spinning. And then in process, when you're trying to salvage that laptop, then something happened along the way. And then you find the customer saying, no. My laptop was having the fan spinning. I want it back the way it was. I was using it the way it was. So that's why even as we are trying to repair the motherboards, we are very cautious. There are some other things we avoid not to try because we might think maybe that LED of the customer which said it was working might have disappeared, and then I end up now doing extra work which I am not getting paid to do. So if you are a client and you take your laptop to somebody, also you need to be a bit considerate. Sometimes a laptop, but if the laptop was working, that is understandable. Or maybe you took a laptop which is not charging, and then you end up the customer end up giving you back a laptop which with a broken screen. And that is understandable. That is understandable. That is the technician should buy you a screen because indeed you gave him a working screen. Right now you have a broken screen. But if the laptop is not powering on, let's say it's just having an LED somewhere, and then or it's having a fan spinning somewhere, and then you find out that it's no longer working anything. So you should understand that because whatever happens, it happens during the process of uh, laptop getting repaired. Anyway, I don't want to waste more of your time. Thank you so much, guys, for being patient. Thank you for watching this video until the end. We appreciate your presence. And please, in case you haven't subscribed to our channel, please, guys, I'm still requesting you, please subscribe, share with your friends, give us some comments. And in case also you're interested in learning about laptop repairs, we do teach both online and offline. So whichever the module you're interested in joining, please, you're highly welcome. Don't hesitate. And if you have a problem with your laptop, again, do not hesitate. You can bring it to us or you can send somebody to bring it to us so that we can repair for you and send it back to you. Thank you so much, guys. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.